Until computers started to dominate science and technology in the early decades of the 20th century, virtually every measuring instrument was analog. If you wanted to measure an electric current, you did it with a moving coil meter that had a little pointer moving over a dial. The more the pointer moved up the dial, the higher the current in your circuit. The number the pointer measured was an analogy of the current. However, analog technology isn't just about measuring things or using dials and pointers. When we say something is analog, we often simply mean that it is not digital. The job it does with the information it handles doesn't involve processing numbers electronically. Now, an old-style film camera is sometimes referred to as an example of analog technology. You capture an image on a piece of transparent plastic or film coated with several silver-based chemicals, which react to light. When the film is developed, it's used to print a representation of the scene you photographed. In other words, the picture you get is an analogy of the scene you wanted to record. Digital is entirely different. Instead of storing words, pictures, and sounds as representations of things like plastic, film, or magnetic tape, we first convert the information into numbers and display or store the information through numbers instead. Now, many scientific instruments now measure things digitally instead of using analog pointers and dials. Thermometers, blood pressure meters, and bathroom scales are just a few of the common measuring devices that are now likely to give you an instant digital reading. There are many types of everyday technology that work using digital technology. Cell phones, for example, transmit and receive calls by converting the sounds of a person's voice into numbers, and then sending the numbers from one place to another in the form of radio waves. Used this way, digital technology has many advantages. It's easier to store information in digital form, and it generally takes up less room. Though digital technology is more modern than analog, this doesn't mean that digital beats analog in every aspect. Many analog watches are actually more accurate than their digital counterparts. Digital technology, as of right now, has more advantages than analog technology. Digital technology is cheaper to build, easier to use, and can be used in many more ways than analog technology can. Digital technology is right now used more than analog technology is as well. Since digital technology has many different levels of use, there are many different types of people that use it. An everyday consumer could have a basic cell phone that runs digitally, while an educated scientist could have a state-of-the-art microscope that runs digitally. Digital technology has created a way for more people to listen to music for a cheaper price. Before the digital era, you would have to buy a physical copy of the music you wanted to listen to, in the form of cassettes or vinyls. But now, with the digital era, distribution is much easier and many more people are able to access music they like. It has also made creating music easier for producers. Before the digital era, an artist would have to go to a studio to record their music. Now that digital technology is readily available, it is easier to create music for anyone who wants to give it a shot. There are also many different platforms that a music creator can share his work on and get feedback from others. Thanks to the digital era, distribution is made easier than ever before. Since distribution is easier, this means that it also is cheaper. And since costs are lower, this means that producers can distribute their music to many, many more people.